Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Smash JT. The Game Developers Conference schedule of events may have just given some insight as to what Microsoft's plans are and how they involve Nintendo Switch. This is pretty wild information, but stay with me here. Microsoft talked about this at a previous E3 about how they're trying to get their brand of Xbox Live across multiple platforms, not just on Xbox itself, not just on PC, but expanding the brand towards mobile, towards Android and iOS. And now they're talking about trying to get it onto the Nintendo Switch as well.
Our cloud engineers are building a game streaming network to unlock console-quality gaming on any device.
Jeffrey Shee, the principal program manager, Team Xbox Microsoft, and Ramsey Katter, the software engineer of Team Xbox Microsoft, with decades of experience providing managed game services to developers. Now Xbox Live is about to get much bigger. Xbox Live is expanding from 400 million gaming devices and a reach of over 68 million active players to over 2 billion devices with the release of our new cross-platform XDK. Get a first look at the SDK to enable game developers to connect players between iOS, Android, and Switch, in addition to Xbox and any game in the Microsoft Store on Windows PCs. What does this mean as far as the impact to people who have a Switch and their ability to maybe play as Master Chief in Halo on your Switch? Well, we're not quite there yet, but a lot of the information that they divulge here kinda gets you thinking that that's the direction that this may be heading. Xbox Live players are highly engaged and active on Xbox and PC, but now they can take their gaming achievement history, their friends list, their clubs, and more with them to almost every screen. This will break down barriers for developers that want their communities to mingle more freely across platforms. Combined with PlayFab gaming services, this means less work for game developers and more time to focus on making games fun. Game services engineers looking to save time and expand their customer base by letting Microsoft managed game services handle social communication and multiplayer interactions across billions of screens. Game producers looking to plan a multi-platform strategy that brings the most active, engaged players into a community where they can watch, buy, play, pause, and continue their games from one device to the next on top of the most reliable social and multiplayer network in the world. Microsoft is trying to say that they're looking to get their services on every platform out there. They're not necessarily caring if people are going to be buying an Xbox or a PC to play their games. They just want the games available to the customers on any device out there. And how would this benefit Nintendo allowing Microsoft to do that? Well, there's a lot of things you could go into, but the first thing people are going to say when they hear this is Nintendo would never allow Microsoft to have any kind of say on their platform, have any kind of impact with the online services. I would argue that Nintendo actually might be looking for some help with their online services. If anything, looking at how the Nintendo online service has been functioning so far, it's left quite a bit to be desired. And if Nintendo were to partner with Microsoft on bringing this to the Switch, it would allow players to stream Xbox games to their Switch. And it's not completely out of the question for that to actually be a reality. Think of everything Nintendo has done with Microsoft over the past few years. Lately, they've had quite the tight relationship, stemming all the way back to having Minecraft show up on the Nintendo Switch and then having the Mario themes on it in addition, using the Xbox Live service that's required to sign in even though it's on a Nintendo Switch. This is nothing really new per se, it was just isolated to one single game. Microsoft is looking to stream games to different platforms, and seeing as Nintendo was accepting of Microsoft with their Minecraft, it doesn't necessarily rule out the ability that maybe they'd be open for more games or a streaming service to allow more gamers to play their games on the Switch. And I don't want to speculate, but a lot of us are assuming there will be some sort of Microsoft character coming to Nintendo Switch as a Smash Bros. DLC character. Most people are assuming it's going to be Steve from Minecraft, but it also could be Master Chief, it could be Conker from Rare, it could be Banjo-Kazooie. There's a whole slew of characters that Nintendo would probably love to have in Smash Bros. That are owned by Microsoft right now. So they have been in talks together, and if one of those characters shows up as a DLC character, that would provide a lot more credence to the fact that they're definitely working together in the future. And for those of you who might recall, Sakurai, the guy who made Smash Bros. Ultimate, he had a lunch meeting with all the bigwigs at Microsoft after E3 of last year, so there's a lot of conversations about what may have transpired during that conversation and how they may be feeling about adding a different character from Microsoft into Smash Bros. That is a big deal. I cannot overstate that enough. If a Microsoft character comes to Smash Bros., that's going to open a lot of doors for the brand. Not to mention, Nintendo made an ad with Microsoft about Minecraft, talking about play together, which people initially took as a jab at Sony because Sony wasn't participating in cross-platform play at the time. But now looking back at that, it shows Nintendo and Microsoft have formed kind of a behind-the-scenes strategic relationship, and I could see what Microsoft is doing, hoping to bring streaming games to different platforms as a mutual benefit to both parties. I would think Nintendo may be a little bit hesitant because they might be afraid of losing some control over their platform, which we all know Nintendo likes to have full control over anything they run. But at the same time, this could be the thing that propels Nintendo into the stratosphere when it comes to competing with next generation consoles. If Sony's PlayStation 5 is going to be a massive powerhouse, completely backwards compatible, having tons of great games, incredible graphics, Nintendo can't just sit on the sideline and let success pass them by. This would be an opportunity for Nintendo to take full advantage of future technology right now. And if it happens, it's going to completely change the landscape of how everybody thinks of what a Nintendo Switch is in the first place. It won't just be a console that you can play on your TV and pick up and play on the go. It would also be a console that allowed you to stream video games from Microsoft, which is crazy. I never thought I'd be saying those words together, but if it happens, it's going to completely change the entire landscape of video games as we know it. That's a big deal. And this is something I'll be watching very closely come March 18th to 22nd, 2019 in San Francisco, California, where the Game Developers Conference is going to dive into much further detail about this and explain to everybody how the game streaming is going to work across platforms and if it could be something that Microsoft truly does partner with Nintendo on. This isn't just speculation. This is actual information coming from Microsoft and hard evidence saying they're trying to get their games on the Nintendo Switch. And from all accounts that I can tell, it seems far more likely than not that it could actually happen. But that's where I'm going to leave this right now because that's all the information we have. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this situation. Would you be interested in being able to play Microsoft Xbox games on your Nintendo Switch? Do you think this might hurt the Xbox brand if you could just play the games on the Switch? Why would you even buy an Xbox? There's a lot of questions to unravel with this. Be very interested to hear where you guys stand, if you'd be excited about the prospects, if you're nervous about it, what you feel about it. Let me know, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and you stay smashing.